Weekend at Squatchy's will not be seen tonight. Instead, we bring you this less erotic program.
And now, for our feature presentation, Cult of
Hey, I'm Billy from Billy's Midway Arcade in Hawthorne, and this is a really cool arcade full of old classic arcade games, video games, pinball machines, air hockey, shuffle bowling. Keep them all running for your enjoyment.
Well, you soon shall be, my friend. Hello?
Doc, can you fix him?
Why did you bring him here? He's an abomination.
I know, but can you fix him?
Okay. However, that thing needs an extraordinary brain. We have to see Dr. Zom because he can get extraordinary things.
Who's Dr. Zom?
His public shaming, he says, was like a crash course in empathy. He recalls the first time he ventured out of the house, terrified someone would accost him for what he'd done.
Like my heart was racing and I felt unsafe.
Random ruckus, live from space, but really in a living room. Inquisitor is looking Billy with an inquiry. It's time to name the asshole of the week soon. Called up contempt, called up contempt, called up contempt. Wednesdays at 8:15. Fucking finally, Jesus Christ! It's like amateur hour around here.
I am putting in for overtime, Mold. I did the extra duty holding us over, entertaining the people. I want a bonus.
I don't know.
I expect extra pay for being on the
Fuck
podcast.
me, it's on me. I updated OBS. Should not have done that.
What is all this like? What is double of nothing? Are you gonna? What more are you gonna get?
Double nothing.
Double nothing.
Double down on double.
I
really did get a Skeletor. It was funny. I actually did. I made a joke about it, and then eventually I got a Skeletor. So now I want two Beast
Man! Ow!
Nice.
I'll finger He-Man's ass!
I don't know where to go.
Lick my balls, cringer!
It becomes Richard Dreyfuss when
He-Man!
They should have Richard Dreyfuss voice Skeletor in the new He-Man film.
That would be great.
I would be all like on board for that if like Batista plays him.
Yeah, they could do that, but what about Bob?
What about him?
What about Bob? I'm Dr. Leo Marvin! When I had jury duty a few years back.
Like Pauly Shore?
Yeah. Nice. And I was sitting in like the room that they keep you in before they actually bring you into the area with all the courtrooms. And over the announcer they were saying people's names and stuff, and all of a sudden they said Richard Dreyfuss. I said, what?
Is Richard Dreyfuss here? I'm sure it's just a random ass person because I don't know where Richard Dreyfuss actually
You probably
lives.
would have heard him go, "Ah, god damn it!"
But I was like, oh shit. They just said Richard Dreyfuss's name.
I specifically asked for my water at room temperature.
I still sound like the guy from fucking Princess Bride when I try to do Dreyfus.
It's almost the same voice. Paul.
Is it? Yeah, I guess, but
But it wasn't the real Richard Dreyfuss.
I have no idea. To this day, I have no idea. Just knowing the name was on the PA.
he just strikes me as the kind of dude that would ask for a specific temperature of water. He'd want his asshole licked a particular way. I just see Dreyfus having a big rush.
I'm gonna punch the waiter.
So miserable. He seems like now that he's just like pretty open about it too. Like,
Oh, I just take rolls because they pay the bills.
like he just doesn't. He fucking just. He's in all movies he hates.
How much money do you think they threw at him for that piranha thing?
Probably not much, dude.
Yeah?
He's in it for like 11 minutes.
I don't know, but to get that name attached to a, terrifying fish movie, because he's like a legend in terrifying fish movies.
A legend in
When's the last time
terrifying fish movies.
When's the last time you even had a big role?
He was in the remake of the movie where the ship flips upside down. What was that? The Poseidon Adventure?
Yeah.
Mr. Holland's Opus.
Mr. Holland's Opus.
Ugh. We gotta
I
watch
like that movie.
We gotta watch that in music. Well, I liked it too the first time I saw it, and then we had to watch it fucking every year because this one teacher, he's just a fat slob that like didn't want to teach. He's like 300 pounds and just like sit there. All right, today we're gonna watch Mr. Holland's Opus. These are quarter notes.
So when a teacher shows you a video, that's basically phoning it in.
No, it's fine the first time, okay? But you have the guy 3 fucking years. He shows it to you all the fucking time. It's like, all right, you know what? Like, I know the twist. His kid is fucking deaf, and the guy loves
Spoilers,
music.
man!
You never saw Mr. Holland's Opus?
really.
You're like fucking 20 years too late.
Well, there's more to it than that. I mean, he's trying to write this opus, and he keeps getting pushed away from it. And, like, I can relate to that.
He writes some shit in that?
Yeah, that piece they perform at the end were the notes that his wife stole from him, gave to his old students to play his opus.
So 3 times you didn't pay attention?
Dude, by the last day of that, I'm just like clamoring for it to end. Like, oh God, please, like, not even what's his name. There's that dude in it who's real funny, the gym teacher. He's like a prick.
Yep.
That guy's like
He was in Mork and Mindy. He was in.
he's in Cheers.
Yeah. He was Carlos.
Yeah, not even he can save that.
Yeah. What the guy? What was that guy's name? I talked about him before.
Yeah, he got fired from Cheers for saying that Carla is like super ugly. For Danny DeVito's wife, Rhea Perlman. Like, oh God, yeah, she's disgusting. You'd want to get paid too if you had to look at that dog face every week. Like he said that while he was on Cheers, and they were just like, dude, your character dies in the next episode.
Yeah.
That's hysterical.
Jay something, I forget.
Jay Thomas.
Jay Thomas. Yeah, Jay Thomas was a funny motherfucker, but he can't save Mr. Holland's Opus.
I mean, if you had to watch it 3 times, that is lazy teaching. But we learned in teacher training college, you're supposed to keep it fresh and connect everything with the lesson at hand. This guy was obviously just phoning
Maybe
it.
he forgot.
You know what this means is that Mr. D'Angelo probably watched Mr. Holland's Opus fucking like 80 times. Like when you think about it, and he watched like the first third of it like 9 times in a row. Like,
Right, yeah.
you had to rewind the tape and then like find the spot. Like, and that's the only class he taught was learning about this is a quarter note and watching fucking Mr. Holland's Opus. And one time a kid stole my pencil in that class, and I stole it back and tried to stab him and got in trouble.
You ever do like 6 classes in a row, man? I have. It's like you're like in fucking zombie
What do you
mode by the
mean
end
do
of the
6
day.
classes? Like teach him? Fuck
Yeah.
no.
In a row?
Yeah, it's not easy to be a
37
teacher,
hits?
but that guy phoned it in there.
Thank you.
It's coming back. The
Yeah,
View
it
Askew universe is coming back.
We got Jay and Silent Bob reboot coming out this
No,
season.
and they
And
got
then-
Jeff Anderson and fucking Kevin Smith in a room. Apparently everything's
Clerks 3.
cool.
Yep.
They're gonna make Clerks 3. That's
Yep.
awesome.
What was the hang up this time? What were those two fighting?
I
about?
think the original Kevin Smith said that the original draft of Clerks 3 that he wrote was like super bleak and like really fucking sad. And I think
him and Kevin, or him and Randall. What was?
I think that was what it was. Was like, it's like I don't want to fucking do this depressing shit. Like,
he had a problem with the material.
Yeah, I think he just didn't want to do it. Like, he just thought it was. I don't think he liked Clerks 2 very much.
I like Clerks 2.
Me too.
I did too. I hated the dance scene, but I think I was supposed to hate the fucking dance scene. And I couldn't have cared less. I would have liked the donkey part to be more like the funeral that you don't see in Clerks.
Oh, yeah. Her body fell out.
The funeral was a tie-in to Mallrats.
Yeah, well, but it was
right,
like Clerks.
The girl died,
Yeah, it's like all like a shared universe of the Avengers, but way before the Avengers. But like, no, but they go to it in Clerks, but then they just come running out of the funeral. It's like, okay, they couldn't have shot that, I guess, whatever. Like, maybe they did have a scene in mind that they wanted to shoot, and they just had no conceivable way, like, no funeral home's gonna let them knock a coffin on the floor.
It doesn't matter, it was funny the way they did it.
That's exactly my point. I think the donkey thing would have been funnier.
If they
were trying to be a little bit edgy with that.
I do. I agree. And that's like my thing. Is like there's a lot of shit in it that is like way edgier than the first one.
So, third day of Comic-Con this year, I went with Alan and Lily, and we got into the one section, started walking up the stairs, and Brian O'Halloran is walking down the stairs.
Oh, nice.
This guy that plays Dante. And I said, Brian O'Halloran! And he's like, hey. I said, are you even supposed to be here today? And he's like,
Oh my god, that poor guy probably gets that every fucking time. I don't ever, when I meet celebrities, I've been into the Secret Stash a couple times, and I've seen Walter. I don't want to bother him.
Dude, I'll tell you.
They're doing a fucking job, you know.
RST Video is opening back up in Leeds.
Just for that?
What do you mean he's doing a job? You don't work there and not expect to get
those guys like to get bothered.
I don't want to bother them.
That's their job.
Walt the fanboy, bother him. Fuck him.
You tell him, Steve
Dave.
We played Naked Robert. Do you guys watch the cartoon? The cartoon was fucking starving.
It was good.
I fucking loved it.
Hey, I'm Charles Barkley. What the fuck did we tell you? Get the fuck out of here. Oh, it's great.
Obi-Wan disses him at one point.
Yeah, they sell firecrackers instead of weed. That was
instead of weed because they're mischief makers.
Yeah.
ABC. Yeah, the funny thing was Rickman was asked to be the Leonardo character, and it was supposed to be based on his Hans Gruber character, and he didn't want anything to do with that because he didn't want to get typecast, or he wasn't interested, is what Rickman said. He's classic. And so they went to Alec Baldwin.
To be typecast.
Yeah. So they went to Alec Baldwin, who created this cool, funny character. I mean, Alec Baldwin is good at what he does. He's playing a crazy, rich, eccentric person who talks fast. And
he is a fucking crazy
rich, eccentric person. Yeah,
who talks fast.
Which is, I mean, it was a basic typecast for 30 Rock.
He's an incredible actor.
No, he was an incredible actor. Now he's kind of fucking. I feel like you watch.
You think he just phones it in?
You watch you watch him and fucking Alec Baldwin and like Beetlejuice. It's like a different Alec Baldwin.
He doesn't look like Alec Baldwin.
No, he's so fucking unrecognizable.
That was his first film, I think, right? I think that was his first job.
Really?
His first big job. I'm pretty sure
He was a lot younger and skinnier than those. So.
Yeah.
Well, he's like one of those guys, like even Ray Liotta, like a lot of those dudes, like kind of get stardom, Brando, and they're just like, fuck it, like. I don't have to be running around, doing all this shit. Like,
you're a name now.
Yeah, I'm a name. I could literally stand here and fucking say lines, and I don't have to do shit. And then it got to a point with Brando where they're like holding him on a fucking giant poster board so he don't fuck him up because he doesn't even learn them. Or they're just saying them to him in his ear.
Well, there was that Edward Norton, De Niro, and what's
The Score.
The Score, thank you. In that movie, apparently when they were shooting it, he just kept saying, "Yeah, let me just swing a cat around for a while." He wanted to improv. He just wanted to to like figure it out. And like, so you're basically telling the screenwriter, "Fuck you, I'm just gonna do whatever I want."
See, but
he's not even doing lines. He's making up his own
That's
shit.
like the thing too. It's like he probably never did that on any movie before. He's like, oh, I like to go write a script. And this one, he's just like, you know, I don't want to fuck. I have never done. I don't want to fuck with these guys. And just decides like, yeah, I just want to see what they'll let me get away with. Like last time they paid me in gold bars. What can I get them to do this time? You know. Like the stupid shit Marlon Brando would start to demand. It's like, yeah, he wants his own suite and like a fucking chariot that brings him to the set, and he doesn't want anybody to look at him. Like, just all the weirdest shit was in his like fucking.
You hear these whispers of different actors getting offered special favors to do movies. Like, for example, the one guy turned down The Godfather. What's his name? He was in Days of Thunder. The story is actually Days of Thunder. The main old guy. I don't know. Anyway, so he was in Days of Thunder because Tom Cruise bought him a fucking horse just to get him into the movie. And he said, well, this is, you know, for Coppola doesn't know how to treat his actors, Tom Cruise does. He bought me a horse, you know, so that was...
Dave Coulier was like a fucking acting coach on that.
Oh my god, fuck you.
For those who don't know, probably didn't see this, I tortured Jim the other day with by trying to convince him that Dave Coulier is a highly sought-after acting coach. Uncle Joey on Full House is a sought-after acting coach. And I think I almost convinced you for about 4 or 5 minutes.
But did you, after you found out, did you tell him to cut it out?
No. All I said was, wait, are you messing with me?
Ow.
Oh, I get it. Cut it out. Yeah.
Oh my God. He goes, who told you this? And I said, Stamos.
We're friends. And then for about a second, I'm like, it's possible he met Stamos. It's possible. Maybe Stamos is a big Misfits guy, and him and Bobby Seale go out and have beers, and you just happen to meet him one day at an
You
unpaid show.
ignorant farm boy, he's fucking with you. But they do have the same skincare regime, that's what I...
Yeah.
Who does? Wait, Coulier and Stamos, or you would Stamos?
Bob Saget. Bob Saget! Remember the Tourette's guy? Fuck salt!
Who was the guy from Godfather that was in Days of Thunder?
But do you think that, like, you reach a level in your career where you're like, I did the big thing now, there's nothing else? Like Jerry Seinfeld, he had his sitcom, now he just does comedians and cars and coffee.
with other comedians.
You know, it's like, he's never gonna top that again, you know what I mean? Like, if you see
what's Jerry Seinfeld gonna ever do?
Never.
Besides, like, go on a stage and just pull his dick out and be like, fuck you!
Never.
Like, that's the only time Jerry Seinfeld's ever gonna get more
Seinfeld's
publicity.
show made him become a parody of himself. He cannot do stand-up anymore because he's
That's
all...
not true.
He can
He's
never
never
really
really
shade, and
He
it's
wasn't that
always...
funny.
What's the deal with airplane peanuts? Oh, you can't get them open!
Yeah, baby boomers love him, and then they watch Curb Your Enthusiasm, and they're like, wow, humor should be more like this. It's like, yeah, no shit, it was for the rest of us. Like, everybody else was, like, cursing and fucking thought, you know, fucked up shit was funny. And you guys were watching Seinfeld, or worse yet, Friends.
Ew, I never...
You know, in Korea, when I taught like an adult class, they use Friends to teach people like American culture and stuff like that in Korea. They love it. They can't wait to like break down, well, you know, what's happening.
Those poor fucking Koreans.
They just love that shit.
Well,
Yeah.
there was in Fort Lee, there was an uprising of Korean teenagers just dancing around in fountains, and the police had to do something.
That's hysterical.
Anyway,
Speaking of shows like Curb and stuff, do you guys watch Always Sunny?
I love that show, but he hates it.
Oh god, it's so fucking funny.
you hate it. I'm indifferent.
You hate it?
I just don't think it's funny.
But if you look at the
I do
structure
think
of
that Charlie
show,
Day guy is special, though.
How much of it did you watch?
Probably like 10 episodes.
Oh, dude, you gotta get past first season. This show is so fucking funny.
what I like about that
Danny
show...
DeVito is amazing. Charlie Day is amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Charlie
for
Day
sure.
is funny.
They always do episodes of stuff I'd be into. Like, I know they do, like, wrestling. They have Roddy Piper on and shit like that.
Yeah, Roddy Piper was like on the phone yelling at him for $15.
The last episode was like so good. It just the past week. It was like it was a comedy or a parody, I should say, about reboots of movies or you know, a third or a fourth in a movie that hasn't been out since like the past 10 or 20 years.
Yeah.
Like people are like, oh, I always want a sequel to Rambo, and then they made a new Rambo movie, but like it didn't live up to what they expected it to be. So now they're all complaining about it, and like it's that whole thing. So they're selected in the mall as like a group to watch a movie, and they're like, oh, just get this fucking thing over with. We want to like tell you how crappy this movie is, and then it pops up that it's like a movie that they've been wanted a sequel for, and they're like, holy shit! And then it goes through it, and they absolutely hated it. They're like, what the fuck was that? So the whole thing is just them talking to the woman about like she's going like scene by scene with them, and they're just picking it apart. It's just so fucking funny.
I gotta watch it. I don't know, man. I try. Like every once in a while, something will come on that show that interests me, like Piper.
After this podcast, I gotta show you a scene from this episode. It's just fucking hilarious. It's just pure fucking.
Do you watch What We Do in the Shadows?
No, I hear that's funny though. Dude, that's the vampire one, right? With Jermaine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's based on the movie with the vampires. That's coming back for a second season. That's one of the funniest fucking shows I've ever seen.
What's it on?
FX.
Okay.
Or one of those FX channels. I think it's FX.
FX is where.
That's where Sunny is too, right? Yeah. I'll tell you, man. Like, I like most of their shows. FX, like,
for sure.
They're usually pretty on point. Archer was fucking great.
So far behind on Archer.
Me too. I just lost interest, but I'll watch it.
I didn't lose interest. They like changed the name of the show when they went to one of like the subtitles of the seasons.
Yeah.
And like my DVR decided not to record it, even though I set it to record. It recorded like the reruns of the last season. So like that was 2 seasons ago, and I haven't been able to catch up because I didn't feel like watching it online yet.
So you what Always Sunny is that it doesn't follow your regular sitcom construction.
No.
You know, first of all, they're very dysfunctional people.
Oh, it's so
fucking dysfunctional, and they always seem to form teams against the other group. So they'll always align against each other, and that I think is very interesting. And they'll do really weird shit. There's one where there's a garbage strike, and they decide to start their own private garbage company, and they're just throwing garbage in their car, and like dropping it in some other place. It's just crazy.
See, I don't know. It was between that and The League for me. Like I love The League.
I've never watched The League.
That also has a different
I couldn't really
structure.
get into either.
Really?
Like Alan and Danny also like absolutely love Always Sunny, and they also watch The League too.
Did I? I couldn't get into something. It sucks like being in fucking music and then taking like I took like comedy writing classes and shit like that.
You did?
Yeah, in college. It's
Well, it doesn't
You took that
show.
William Patterson comedy class where they get to perform at Caroline's at the end?
Yeah.
You wanna know
Man, that was hard to get into.
Did you perform
wanna know
at
what
Caroline's?
sucks?
Gotham.
It was
okay.
Gotham.
It was Gotham. What?
You wanna know what sucks? William Patterson. But what about Gotham?
I performed at Gotham Comedy Club. Like that's no, like I learned.
How'd you do?
I learned. I did good. I got a B.
Oh, the teacher graded you a B for your stand-up performance?
Yeah, but he thought I had great potential.
That's great.
He probably would have given you an A if you were sitting down for your stand-up.
No, he would have given me an A, but I said a joke that he didn't want me to say. He's like, no, people aren't going to think that's funny. I was like, yeah, they kind of did. And I did something. Oh, I made fun of the fucking, the guy that came before me. I made fun of his tie, and you're not supposed to do that. Or like when I introduced, or no, the guy that came after me, rather. I introduced him. I'm like, here's a big guy with a little tie. And I just brought him up, and he thought it was fucking hilarious. Like, he didn't care. Nobody, the crowd didn't give a fuck. It wasn't like I was like, oh, he's a mediocre comic, and you guys should boo the fuck out of him. Here's this slob wearing an ill-fitting tie.
But if you're,
that would have been hilarious.
I was gonna say, but if you're a comic, then you should do that. Like, oh, here's this guy that's even shittier than me.
You gotta be supportive of him. But what it kind of did was, like, it ruined, like just fucking a lot of shows in general for me. Like they show you basic like comedy writing, and that's not. I don't think It's Always Sunny is basic comedy writing, I think it's basic comedy writing turned like on its ass.
Yeah.
And like almost like a punchline first.
Right. Yeah.
Kind of, and like I get it. That's cool. I just don't. I don't know. Like
it's kind of deconstructs itself. It kind of starts with the premise, and then just things get worse and worse.
Yes.
But that's the point. It's so funny. The situations they put themselves in.
I feel like I would write that show.
Insane.
I don't feel like I would watch that show.
You should watch that show.
Like I have this like weird like I could definitely like I watch. I'm like okay like.
So much TV is like so boring to me, and then when I see like a different construction, something that stands out, I'm like, those fuckers did something. Like The League, right? Even if you watch just the pace of the show and how they shot it and stuff like that, very different from other things that are on television. You're like, okay.
I like The League because it reminded me of hanging out with like your brothers, basically.
Right.
And like
yeah.
the fucking they would always do the fantasy football, and I was always like the guy on the outside, like I was like Taco, like. What the fuck are you guys doing? Like, you want weed? Like, that was like my role in their fantasy football league. Was like, it's like a draft. What is this? What the fuck are you? You're putting names on a board? Like, what the fuck is this? Like, it was so foreign to me.
The point of that show was guys fucking with each other.
But that's at its core. That's what the fantasy football league was like. Just like I remember like them saying shit to each other, like fucking just taunting each other, and it's
exactly. That's the fun, right?
But the best part of it is the concept of fantasy football is like they like even in the show the guy's like, oh, I'm a manager of a team. Like, oh, okay, they just take that at face value. Like, he manages a fantasy football team. It's not a management of a team. That's like that's such a fucking misnomer, but it's brilliantly funny to me.
It reminds me of like a meme I saw recently. It says, "Oh, what do you?" It was a guy talking to a girl. "Oh, what do you do?" She's like, "Oh, I'm a model on Instagram." He's like, "Oh, well, I'm a soldier in Call of Duty."
Yeah. So I want to go day by day through Comic-Con. You were there a couple days, right?
The tickets are gone in like 5 minutes. How the hell did you score?
All right, so you have to be very quick. The tickets go on sale like 10 a.m. or 12 p.m., something like that. And I don't know if you guys have ever watched like Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
There's an episode where they're all trying to get tickets to San Diego Comic-Con, and they're all sitting on their laptops. And as soon as 12 o'clock hits, it's F5, until the screen pops up.
Refresh. That's what that does.
Yes. Until the screen pops up where you can actually buy the tickets. So they've changed it a while along the way, but nowadays it's like if you went last year, you get first dibs to get tickets. And then you get put in a virtual queue. So depending on who refreshed quicker, basically. Jeez. So you could, even if you refreshed at 11:59:59 or 12:00.
Somebody with a better ping than you is gonna get your fucking shit,
you could
man.
be sitting. You could be sitting in that queue for an hour and a half or more.
How long did you sit there?
This year it was about an hour and a half. I think it was 10 a.m. this year because I was in Florida. I was visiting Danny, my brother Danny, and I was like, Comic-Con tickets are on sale while I'm in Florida. Of course, we have plans to go to Disney or whatever, or go somewhere wherever we're going. So it hit at 5 o'clock, and then I get put in the queue. Hour and a half later, I'm able to buy tickets. So
just curious, $50 a head, $100 a head.
So now, unfortunately, it's $50 for Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
That's just to get in the door. Do they give you any swag on the way in?
There's a lot of free stuff there.
What I mean, do you get because I used to go to the Wizard Cons and they would give you like 2 variant copies of like Marvel comics.
There's nothing like that, unfortunately.
Nothing like that.
There's like lots of vendors and stuff that'll give out free stuff. Like
sure.
Every year Chevrolet is there for some reason, and they're like, if you go and you
Citizen was there too with fucking Spider-Man watches that were like super.
That's awesome.
If you go to the Chevrolet booth and you sign up to win a free car, they'll give you a Comic-Con themed Chevrolet shirt. So I've done that for the past like 6 years. I have the shirt from the past 6 years.
Enter to win a car, get a free shirt.
I've never been to an official Comic-Con, but Wizard, which used to be the toy in the comic magazine, they had Toy Fair. They owned Wizard. They used to do a lot of the cons.
Is that Wizard of the Coast?
Wizard was a magazine. Wizard magazine. It was a comic book magazine, but then they did Toy Biz. Yeah, I think it was Toy Biz.
Biz?
Yeah.
Which term to have? Which
Not
term
Toy
to-
Biz. Toy Fair. Toy Fair was
okay.
the name of the magazine. And there was this funny. They used to have this Mego theater thing. It was like this comic strip where they, take pictures of Mego guys, and Spider-Man was always getting into dumb adventures. Spider-Man was sort of like a slacker in the thing. Anyway, then they got into Han Solo and all this other stuff. But they made a nice con. But I've never been to the official. I mean, are there bargains to be found among the vendors, or are they trying to rape you?
I feel
Because I'm
like
sure those tables are really.
I feel like they're trying to rape it.
Yeah. Because the Philly con I used to go to, you could find some stuff. I found some stuff.
The stuff that like you can get anywhere are overpriced. Like the stuff that are still in stores, they'll raise them up by $5 pretty much.
Sure.
But like
sometimes there's a one-piece figure.
They're like the exclusives that you can't get anywhere else because scalpers and stuff like that. Or limited run old figures, old things.
That's what I was gonna say. What
stuff.
if I wanted to buy like a fucking old, like an old Skeletor figure or something, like out of the box? Like, am I gonna pay like?
No, there are a lot of vendors that are selling like figures from the 80s and 90s.
Figures for a couple bucks.
Yeah.
Oh,
so that's what I love looking. I love going to those because they usually have like all the old Power Ranger Zords and like buckets of old Marvel.
Yeah, even if
Batman
you could get
toys,
like
He-Man,
some of
G.I.
it that you need to complete other shit.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I miss that.
Yeah,
There's a lot of guys now who go to the thrift stores and then do the New York Comic Con. But you pay so much for the damn table, and your profit margins aren't that big.
Yeah.
Unless you get really lucky.
Yeah, but you know what, too? Like, I know my friend just went to he was at the dump, and he saw some guy getting rid of G.I. Joes, like, fucking bins of them. Just bins of G.I. Joes sitting there pristine. He's like, fuck this, I'm taking it. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Those guys get lucky, like, with a lot of stuff like that, or just somebody that's, some guy dies, they buy his whole his estate and shit for cheap. Like, those guys know where to get that shit. To get, like...
My father was not a garbage picker per se, but always kept his eye on the dumpsters because at his company, they throw out good furniture, he'd take it, restore it, sell it, go outside, go on vacation, that kind of stuff. He found a box of fucking toys, he gave it to me to sell on eBay. There were like old 80s ninja Lego figures.
I remember those.
And they were bank. And they had all their weapons. I'm like, I have $50 for like just loose Lego guys. I had no idea this before the market got flooded with minifigs. But
when I was a kid, I don't even remember this. We had a fucking garage sale, a yard sale, and my parents thought oh, people are gonna buy our fucking antique dresser. It's like it's a fucking yard sale. Like they want to buy video games and toys. And I remember me and his brother fucking cleaned up. Like some lady pulled up. I remember she pulled up in a Mercedes SUV and tried to bring me down on my Legos. I'm like, no, fucking, it's like $50 for the thing. I'm like, she's like, oh, my kids really want them on $50, and it's like, hey, you just pulled up in a Mercedes. Like, really? I don't feel bad for you. Fuck you. Fine, I'm not gonna buy them. And she left, and then she came back and fucking bought them.
Nice.
Dumb bitch.
I hope you're watching. You're a dumb bitch.
I hope you're dead.
All right.
So Comic-Con day one. What did you say? Who did you go as? What was your costume?
All right. So technically, Comic-Con day one was Thursday. I didn't get to go to Thursday this year, but Comic-Con day one for me was Friday. I went dressed as Freddie Mercury. I decided I wasn't going to meet any celebrities because I had my mustache, and I don't want pictures. Meeting certain people with mustaches.
why? That's weird. It would be funny. It's a good story. Hey, look, I had a mustache and I met Hulk Hogan, or I don't know who's that.
I did meet Hulk Hogan a few years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I try to grow a mustache, that's exactly who I look like.
Yeah.
I look like I got a Hogan. Anyway.
But no, I had a lot of fun on Friday. It was I went by myself. I met up with a few friends. It's so crazy. Comic-Con's insane.
Where is it? Javits Center?
Yeah, Jacob Javits Center.
Yeah.
There are thousands of people there, and I always run into my friends, out of nowhere. Oh, hey, oh, shit, hey, what's up?
Well, that's the joy of Comic-Con.
Yeah. And it's actually, I've met a lot of people at Comic-Con that I'm really good friends with now. 2013, I did a cosplay costume contest. and I met a group of friends that are big into Zelda, this, that.
Cool.
I hang out with them I hang out with them, at Comic-Con, and my one friend does a Legend of Zelda themed party every year, which is next weekend.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
So,
theme parties,
like,
man.
We all talk to each other. We still see each other every year.
That was
It's
one
like
of my favorite series.
I met them at Comic-Con, completely random. I met some guy, my friend Craig, in line waiting to meet Jason David Frank, the original Green Power Ranger. And to this day, we're still friends, and friends with his girlfriend, and their friends.
Oh, who became the Red Ranger and the White Ranger, right?
Yeah.
No,
Well,
the White Ranger and the
Red Ranger and Zeo and Turbo.
Yeah.
And the Black Ranger and Dino Thunder. But yeah. It's really.
Look at this guy.
Yes, that is nice. It's Freddie Mercury with my friend Mark. He's like, I want a picture singing into your microphone. Like, I stole it. And I'm like, all right, I'll just do this. I'll just do the flip hands.
There you go.
That's awesome.
Right?
That's me with my.
Is that guy supposed to be the guy from
Jurassic World.
Oh, I thought he was supposed to be Chris Pratt.
He is Chris Pratt from Jurassic World.
Oh, okay. I thought he was supposed to be Chris Pratt from the other movie, that space
Star-Lord?
movie.
No,
Yeah, Star-Lord.
Star-Lord.
I was like, he's missing the goggles or whatever. But
No,
okay.
but he's got like a little toy blue from Jurassic World on his shoulder.
Nice.
And he had like a little cable that every time he just pulled it.
That's funny that I knew he was supposed to be Chris Pratt.
he kinda looks
just
like
not
Chris
what
Pratt.
character he was supposed to be. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Those two are brothers.
Oh, cool.
Oh, wow.
And they're like in your cosplay crew?
Yeah. They're actually, I know them from my parkour.
This is great. Who's this guy?
Some random guy that was cosplaying as Elton John.
Robinson?
Elton John.
Oh, Elton John. Okay.
So he came up to me while people were taking pictures of me outside as Freddie Mercury, and there was like this random girl that was dressed up as Link, and when we were like taking pictures together, she was so giddy. She was like, oh my god, this is so... She's like hyperactively like walking around like marking out at the fact that somebody's Freddie Mercury and Elton John together taking pictures. It was hilarious.
Dude, you grow a sick mustache.
Thank you.
Right?
How long does that take to push out?
Probably about 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
God damn.
You know,
If I don't
Blank
shave-
Man?
Somebody who was at Blank Man, yeah.
Hilarious.
That was awesome.
Fuck.
what a
That's like one of the
piece shit
obscure.
that movie was.
Whoa!
You're racist.
Whoa!
That movie's a piece of
This movie is
shit.
Perfection.
It was actually an insult to the handicapped community.
I love Blank Man.
Yeah,
That's,
that wasn't an insult to cripples.
That was That's Flashpoint Batman.
Nice.
That was a good costume.
What's that chick supposed to be?
I think she's like a character from either Batman Metal, or she might be the Joker from Flashpoint. I don't remember. I don't know much about Flashpoint.
Yeah, you know what? I think that is one of the Jokers, actually.
Because Joker is Martha Wayne. That was a really good Static Shock.
Yeah.
And he did.
Nice.
There are a lot of season 2 Static Shocks with the black shirt and with the darker jacket. That was season 1 with the white shirt, and that's like my favorite.
That was
one
a
of my favorite
show, the
shows.
cartoon, right?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite shows.
Yeah,
love
I
Static
remember
Shock.
that.
It was part of that DC universe with Justice League.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Are you
Chinese? They mention each other
here? Just the...
This is just me out, but towards the end of the day, I was taking a picture with the Comic-Con sign on my way out.
Dude, pretty good Freddie Mercury.
I gotta do this one.
Thank you.
Nice.
I gotta go.
It was a cool
Hot
superhero.
Oh wow, she looks great. That's
does
the
look great.
TV show.
Yeah, it's a TV show superhero.
They really do. Oh, that's awesome.
what was that?
Yeah, that's fucking killer. I love that shit.
He did the shift into turbo thing. He did like the whole thing for me. I think there were 2 other pictures back to back. I think I cut the other ones out.
You have a Power Ranger suit, right?
No, I wish. I have like helmets. And I have some helmets, but
So what did you go as Robin day 2?
yeah. So day 2 I went as Robin. I had a
Nice.
whole Robin costume.
That's you made that whole costume?
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't. I had somebody a few years ago make the cape, but I'm gonna remake it probably for the next time I do it because it's not exactly even.
Why
And
do
I
white
didn't-
guys look so cool?
How did you do that?
So the rest of the costume is I got. If you go to a few pictures later, there might be a fuller shot of it. Oh, you're on my Instagram?
Yeah, I'm on your Instagram.
Then go to that one.
This one?
Yeah, there should be. You can press like.
Oh, I can press. Yeah. All right. Oh, cool. A Gundam.
Yeah.
Nice.
It may have been the one before that.
Mysterio,
It was a good Mysterio. I asked him
that's
to
a
put the
great
helmet
Mysterio.
on, but he's like, the helmet kind of broke. It won't stay on.
Oh shit.
Ninjor.
Yeah. What is that from?
Power Rangers.
Oh, Power Rangers. Okay.
Yeah.
Magneto.
Oh, Magneto, Mysterio.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
They look great.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Fucking Akuma and Ryu. Oh, that's fucking awesome too. He's got Christmas lights.
Energy. Yeah.
That's fucking great.
Yeah.
I hate Instagram. It cuts off pictures, but that's supposed to be Master Roshi. Like a jacked Master Roshi.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z.
Nice.
Oh shit.
Yeah, somebody from
Did that thing really render?
Yeah.
Holy fuck. That's always.
What's the one-liner which uses that thing? Get away from me, bitch, or something?
I don't remember.
That's
It's
awesome.
been a while since I saw it.
Oh, that's the Iron Spider.
Iron Spider, yeah.
Beast. That's a good beast.
That's a sick beast.
Holy crap.
That's Zelda and magic armor from Twilight Princess.
Did you lend that game to your boy?
Not yet.
You got another?
He's coming this weekend.
Nice.
I just posted that yesterday. Hey, it was yesterday's video.
I'm on top of your shit.
Go to the one before that.
One before that?
Yeah,
Which
I
one?
might have that one right
this
there.
one?
Yeah.
Of the attendees, do you think they were mostly male, or is it a good mix to the
Oh, it was a very good mix.
Yeah?
But unfortunately,
Oh
most of us
shit!
are
Look
not
at these.
single.
What is this guy?
Those are all from Zelda. So that's Old Man, that's a Minish, Ravio, something else in there.
Wow, they really like fucking just pull like the characters like, this is like the lady that sweeps in Link's Awakening. Like that's fucking cool.
Get into those weird minor characters.
Because everyone's Deadpool, everyone's Batman. You know,
Sure.
You gotta
It's
pick those.
Yeah, and then it's like there's
Unless
like,
you're going as a group and you're doing
Yeah.
particular
and there's
shit.
like different like classes of those. Like I always like seeing there's like the guy that
Halloween
just, like,
costume
has like the
Batman.
shittiest like
Yeah.
Halloween costume Batman, and they're just like, oh shit, is that really Batman?
Yeah.
That guy? Like that shit looks real.
I desperately want to do Captain N next year because I've never seen any Captain N's.
Yeah, you know what? You never see anybody fucking dressed as Captain N. That's fucking. That would be awesome.
I like that you go for something off the beaten path.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
Okay.
That's
Your
why
Robin's
I
great. It reminds me of did you guys ever see that indie film Grayson? It was making the rounds.
Yeah.
This guy put together this.
Yeah.
And
I
he
met
used
that guy.
fireworks on like metal to make it look like somebody's shooting at him, and then just and you just have a shot.
Yeah.
I mean,
What is
that's
this?
the kind of shit I want to
So
start.
no, that's from Spirited Away. That's a Miyazaki.
Oh, Miyazaki. Okay.
But that's Adam Savage from MythBusters. Every year he goes to Comic-Con and he dresses up in costume, so like you have to figure out who he is if he's there or not. He loves to like blend in.
That's what Bryan Cranston did with a fucking mask of his own face.
Yeah.
He's great.
But that was like, yeah. That's
Wait,
just
who is this again?
Adam
MythBusters.
Savage from MythBusters. Yeah, the second day when I was robbing, my friend wanted to go see the panel that he was doing. It was just him and some other guy that were talking a bunch.
Yeah.
And so that was from that. We went to the panel. It was just an hour of him talking about just science shit. It was cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. Apparently he has the.
Don't talk about that shit here. We're climate deniers. Climate change.
You are. There's he's got a show now. I think it's on YouTube or something like that,
Yeah,
doesn't he? A whole new show.
Yeah, he talked about that stuff.
I
too.
saw he made his own Iron Man suit, like a real Iron Man suit that flies and shit like that.
Yeah,
that
he's
shit was
crazy.
legit. But he said it was heavy as fuck and it like killed his knees when he landed. Because they didn't put any suspension like in the knee area.
Has the
So he just-
military done the
Thanos.
research?
Is that a guy in there?
It's a guy in a
Whoa.
Thanos suit.
Holy shit! Is he like actually 8 feet tall, or was he stilted?
No, they're stilted. People wear a lot of stilts.
Yeah, that's a common thing. I noticed that in the Philly.
They come in with like basically think of Chewbacca with pieces of C-3PO in a backpack.
Yeah.
Like that's how people come with some of their costumes.
And
They
you
have to
can
put it all
get-
together on the floor and then walk around.
Wow.
Anthony Barber had the stilts, and he used to dress like a tree and shit. And he would just practice walking around. He got really good at it. Like he could run.
The kid that hit me with his car used to walk around in our street on stilts.
Oh, I remember when you got hit by a car. You came back and you're all bloody.
Wait, what? Let's hear this story.
Oh yeah, 4th of July one year. I was crossing the street and I saw Troy driving down the street, and I thought, that's Troy. He'll stop. You know, he knows how to drive a car when a child is in the road.
Right.
And he saw me and he's like, oh, that's Paul, the neighbor boy. He'll stop. He knows not to walk in front of cars. And it was just the collision of bad judgments. So I get smacked and I just like roll onto the road. And then I just pop up. And I remember seeing him like, like fucking, like, oh, thank God. And he's like, I'm like, I'm all right. Don't worry, man. I'm good. He's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry, man. It's all good. So I go in the backyard, and my parents are there, his parents are there. They're having a barbecue. And I go, hey, Ma, I just got hit by a car. And she goes, bullshit. And just goes back to like making hot dogs or whatever at the grill. And then fucking Troy runs in my backyard. I'll never forget it. And he embraces me. He's like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. My mom's like, holy fuck. He did get hit by a car. So Troy's like, Tracy, I'm so sorry. He's like apologizing. My mom's like, he's fine. You know, we could see. And then after that, I was like,
was he fine?
No, after that, I like freaked out. I like fucking kind of went into shock. Like I remember sitting in my living room, like, I just got hit by a fucking car. Like, I got knocked to the fucking ground. I got hit by a fucking car. Like, holy shit. Yeah. And like, it just kind of like fucking all dawned on me. I like started crying and shit. Like, I was like bugging out.
I have a very specific image of that, but I don't know if that was like one of those planted images in my mind where like it didn't actually happen the way I remember it, like because I was a kid. Were you shirtless and were you all scraped up on your body?
No, I think we're gonna get some fantasy dreams.
There was another time.
Because I remember you coming back into your backyard and you were shirtless and you had scrapes all over you.
There was another time I fell off my bike, too. That my friends were like, yo, you should go all the way to the top of the hill and fucking ride down. I'm like, fuck that, I'll do it. You guys are fags. So we went up there, and boy, was it like a steep hill for like a second grader. So I probably do like 30 miles an hour down the fucking hill, and I hit the like a manhole cover. And I just lose control of my bike and just go over my handlebars. And I remember just rolling down the street. Like, it was like when the Terminator gets like fucking ganked and just, he's like rolling. And then I just remember stopping. I open my eyes, I look up and I'm like, okay, I see everything. I can feel everything. And I just ran into my house like a little bitch. Like, I was like, and my mom's like, what's wrong? She couldn't tell because I was like crying, so I was like all red, you know? And then she realized, like, holy shit, he's just bleeding everywhere. Then I got to go to, it was like during the summertime, and I got to go to like this it wasn't summer school, it was like a program like for like exceptional kids. Okay. I was fucking exceptional.
You're exceptional, already.
And I got to go to that, and they were trying to like get me to admit like my parents abused me. They're like, what happened to you? Like, did your parents do this? I'm like, no, I fucking fell off my bike. Like I went all the way to the top of the hill. Chris and Danny dared me to do it, so I did it, and fucking, you know, we used to ghost ride his brother's bike. We would just let that shit like fly down the hill, and just whatever happened. Cars, other people. Like, it was fucking insane. Now that I think about it, it's like I remember you come over, yo, you want to ghost ride the bike? Like, yeah, fuck it, let's go. We would just go up to the top of the hill and just let it go.
You're like a little terrorist,
dude. The shit that we used to do, I can't quantify. I'm like, holy fuck. It's no wonder. It's like amazing we both made it out alive. Like, all of us. Like, we did some of the dumbest shit that people could possibly do. Like, that could have hit somebody's car, somebody that really likes their car and got very mad, and they could have just killed us both, like beat the shit out of us, you know?
They could have hit it and thought they killed some kid and had a heart attack.
One time we sent it down the hill and it fucking veered a little to the right and like hit something and flew like up over an old lady and his dad. Like, Grace, look out! And he's like shielding her, and it's me and Danny are just like,
You almost hit Grace?
whoa. Yeah, we almost fucking killed Grace.
No!
A couple weeks before she kicked the bucket.
She used to give me cookies.
Well, Grace tried one time to give my brother
Real
my
cookies, or was that a euphemism?
No, like actual cookies.
No, she was like a nice old Italian lady
Oh,
at the
okay.
store. And we were always told in school, it's like, oh, you know, if strangers give you cookies, it's like, I knew Grace, he lived next door to her, so he knew her. Fucking, my little brother and my little sister were like, to them, she might as well have been a stranger. So she comes up, one time they're like playing outside, she's like, oh, do you guys want some cookies? She's like a fucking 80-year-old lady, okay?
Right.
A 9 and an 8-year-old could take her. She's not raping anybody, okay? It's obvious she's not like the Black Widow. She's not poisoning nobody.
Right.
And my sister's like, yeah, I want a cookie. And my brother's just looking at her. Nope, you're a stranger. Nope, you're a stranger. And she just kept saying it. Nope, you're a stranger. And my mom comes outside. She's like, what's going on? And my brother's like, the stranger's trying to give us cookies. It's like, no, that's the neighbor. That's great. She's okay. And then she brought over cookies. My brother she probably didn't even know what he was saying. Like, I could never understand her. Me and my friend used to help her with shit once in a while or whatever, but like...
Oh, like, she was like off the boat Italian.
She was an old Italian lady, yeah.
Oh,
I remember when she passed.
Yeah.
I remember when she passed away. I was like super young, and it was like my first ever wake. So we went to the wake, and you don't know wake etiquette until you're told wake etiquette. So my parents were walking me into the room and said, "Don't forget to go up to Grace's son and say you're sorry." I said, "Why would I say I'm sorry? I didn't kill her." that was my first.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's like a typical kid
I was
thing.
probably like 4 or 5.
Yeah, that's what you're told to do if you do something wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, like I didn't do anything. Why would I say I'm sorry? I didn't know about the condolence side of sorry. just the I did something wrong.
You're not sorry. You did it.
Yeah.
Sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
Right. But
I always remember that.
Oh, the good old days.
So any other reflections from Comic-Con?
So Saturday, I went dressed as Robin. I waited online to meet Amy Jo Johnson, who was the original Pink Power Ranger. You'll see some pictures of that. She is still gorgeous as hell.
Let's see.
Oh, that's one of the Power Rangers.
Yeah, that's Johnny and Bosch. He was cool. He was a little bit one. So I don't know who this guy is, but he decided he wanted to be in the picture. He was at the booth with him and he was signing. I don't know. He must be somebody.
It's probably Zordon.
No, it's not Zordon. And then this guy was a Power Ranger in Galaxy, I think.
Oh, I never watched.
He just popped in. So I got like a group photo with all these people. That's
hello!
That's a character from Dragon Ball.
You're goddamn right. What else do we got?
Go to the one before that.
This guy, Thor.
So that's Fat Thor.
Oh,
No,
Jim, you could do that.
Fat Thor's
I
were,
could do that
Fat
costume.
Thor's were at Comic-Con like Deadpool's, like
Yeah.
everyone.
That's a very easy costume.
Everyone was Fat Thor this year.
Oh, look at that, Woody.
and Bo Peep.
Hey,
That's pretty good.
There she is.
oh, that's her. Holy shit, she's
48,
banging, dude.
She's 48.
Wow. Did you get her number?
I'm gonna get up for this one.
All I'm saying is she didn't raise the leg for anybody else as I was watching her take pictures of other people. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
Well, dude, you're like the prime dude at the Comic-Con that can like bang like I remember friends of mine who like supposedly banged like the girl from like Nightmare on Elm Street. Like she was like like 40. Let's see, she was like 40 and like past like her I guess desirable fucking.
She's
age.
finally gettable.
But yeah, like I could have banged Frankenhooker. Like guys like me and you, we could clean up the fucking famous poon at Comic-Con.
I would do that just
That would be so easy if I knew how to talk to women in public.
You know how to talk to women in public?
I don't want to get rejected. They have better shit to do than talk to me.
You just gotta make them laugh.
Dude, you have a job. You have gorgeous teeth. You're a good-looking dude. Be confident.
Yeah,
Dude,
confident.
seriously.
Yeah.
If I looked like you, I'd bang everybody. But no, I look like this, so, you know, I bang myself.
You had a mullet, though, when you were that age.
I know. That's a story for another time, my friend. A story for another. Little teaser. Halloween, we're doing pictures from the past.
Bad pictures from the past.
Yeah, we're just gonna obliterate each other.
Oh, I can beat you guys with the worst pictures ever. But anyway, so any other celebrities you meet on day 3?
Well, day 2, I met the next picture is Sean Schemmel. He's the voice actor of Goku from Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, cool. Okay.
He was really cool.
I gotta watch that.
I asked him a question. So he did some voices, other voices in the show. So I don't know if anybody has ever watched it, Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
You know who King Kai is?
Yeah.
He did the voice for King Kai as well.
Cool.
So there are a lot of interactions in the show with him. So I was asking him because I was actually curious. He said, when you're doing the scenes between King Kai and Goku, are you doing it in one take? Like you're doing King Kai and then you're answering with Goku and answering?
Probably 2 different pictures.
And he's like, that I wouldn't be able to. As Goku, I need to sound clean. I need to have my voice needs to be perfect. I could do King Kai's voice anytime, no matter how fucked up my voice is. I could do King Kai's voice.
I get that.
So it's like I always have to do Goku first and come in and do King Kai after. I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Huh.
Voice actor.
I want to meet these guys because I love that shit. Oh
Yeah.
my God, yeah.
And then the next picture is a guy that was dressed as Donald Trump, Deadpool.
Because I thought that was.
And he was like talking about how we got to put up a wall and keep all the mutants out and shit like that. It's fucking hilarious.
That's funny, yeah.
Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Yeah, I love that.
Well,
They may be drunks, Robin, but they're people too. Oh, that's fucking.
he's like
awesome.
a second-rate Shatner.
Fuck yeah. I met him.
I like him better than Shatner.
Shatner's got so much more
Holy
range.
shit!
That was
That's
Lord-
a sick Lord Zed.
Yeah, and that's
that
some
is
sort of Rita Repulsa. I don't know. It was pretty cool though.
You wonder how
But it
some
wasn't-
people put these together.
All foam.
Paul, were you in the bag for the Power Rangers?
You know what? I kind of was in the bag for the Power Rangers because it was like a fucking cool. I realized that it wasn't. When I was watching it, I'm like, okay, they shot all this bullshit in America with these fucking dumb kids, whatever. But all that shit, like the combat shit, was like real fucking like Japanese. Like they cut it from a Japanese show. But once I realized that, like my friend was telling me, he's like, oh dude, I got this DVD. Something Sentai. He's like, it's basically Power Rangers, but like a later season of like the Japanese one. And he showed it to me, and my mind was like blown. Like, oh, this is fucking pretty cool. Like, I like the idea of Power Rangers. I liked Power Rangers when I was a kid, you know. But I think the whole concept, I think it's just genius. They bought this show and fucking popped in these like characters in America and all this crap, and like. It's like the ultimate American success story of taking something that's like already like cool and just repackaging.
No, it's been done for years. And we've been taking stuff from Japan and repackaging it for a very long
forever.
time.
Yeah, but it reminded me of Godzilla, like, which is what drew me to it.
Right. All right. My question for you is: you were college age, so was that a show you'd get high and watch?
No, I didn't really watch that because for me it was kind of a rip-off of like a lot of shows that I watched as a kid, like Voltron, Star Blazers, a little bit of, I don't know, just a bunch of different stuff.
Actually, the original ones that came out around the time Voltron came out, so it's not really a ripoff. They were all just
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like that show's been on in Japan. Yeah, so it was Power Rangers. That's what I'm saying.
Power Rangers. The first season of Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, was like the 6th season of Super Sentai. They already went through a bunch
They were like 6 seasons into, and that shit started airing like the 80s.
That's why I didn't stop watching it. Was I got sick of all the bullshit with Bulk and Skull. It's just a waste of time. Like, I wanted to see the action, the sci-fi, the story, and the stories were kind of like, oh my god, I'm losing power, just out of left field. Like the Green Ranger was always losing power. Like, you're a pussy, get up. You're a dinosaur, fight. You know.
I always like that the Green Ranger's fucking dinosaur screams like Godzilla and is Mechagodzilla. Yeah, he plays that fucking flute. He plays the flute to summon him, and they always cut. It was great. They always cut to the same footage of him like standing on like the fucking. It's like the ocean is like crashing, and he's like at the end of like a fucking pier. Yeah,
and this thing just pops out of the ocean and fucking like walks over.
If I'm correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't the Green Ranger have like extra attachments on his costume? Like his helmet had like a fin.
And he had a short thing, but that's just the helmet design. It wasn't like anything
elaborate. But there was like a later.
No, he had
a
gold
figure in
shield
the bag, like a 3-inch, pretty well articulated. The hands come off, I guess, because they had multiple hands, but for different poses. But I don't think it was a figure arts. Bandai, but you know.
It may have been a later season, different Green Ranger.
Yeah, maybe it was a different Green Ranger, but I don't know. His costume always looked cooler than the other ones. Like, I was in the bag for that storyline. I liked this idea of this mysterious Green Ranger because it reminded me of like Final Fantasy.
He was created by Rita to be evil, to infiltrate the Power Rangers and defeat them, basically.
Infiltrate the Power Rangers.
And then they turned him into a good guy. But then the whole thing was she still controlled his power. So that's the losing power. So she cut him off by the. They did it as a candle burning.
But the acting. Oh my god. And then, the acting was just so bad.
And then,
but you know what? That dude's a legit martial artist.
He is.
That's the other thing. I always
so is Ray Park, but they don't give him much dialogue.
No, but that's why I respected it. In the end, is like seeing those dudes now. Still, they did that fucking thing. They put out some video a couple weeks ago that was like them doing the Power Rangers, but like now
they've each and every Power Ranger have come to the conclusion that their fans are just fucking phenomenal. And yeah, they can milk them from their money, but they understand that the people who love Power Rangers are just so dedicated, and they'll
come meet them.
So
I saw that Funko Pop documentary, and a lot of those Power Ranger guys that they made Funko Pops, they love their fan. I've seen it.
Like Jason David Frank, you know, a normal celebrity, you know, they have a signing from 1 to 1:30, right? And at 1:30 they're like, okay, bye. Even if you've been waiting on the line, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I need my lunch, you know, I need to be here, When I was waiting on that line for Jason David Frank, the one that I met my friend in, he stayed an extra 2 hours to make sure that everybody in that line got an autograph.
Oh, awesome.
If I was ever in that position, I'd probably do the same if I could.
No matter who he's sitting with, he'll always interact with the celebrity next to him. And what he'll do is like he'll take like quick breaks from signing, and he'll get out his camera, go on Instagram Live, and like just run up and down the aisle and interact with everybody in the aisle.
But you love to hear those stories. Like they used to say that about Newstead with Metallica. Like he would be the last one on the tour bus signing every fucking thing.
That's what I love about any like Chiller Theater too. Is like you see who really loves to meet their fans and who's there because it's like, oh, I'm getting fucking paid, you know, whatever. Like,
but everybody's entitled to a bad day.
And you know what though too? There's guys that are honest about it, like Bill the Butcher from fucking what's his name?
Gangs of New York.
The dude, I forget. He was in Devil's Rejects. He's in a bunch of shit. I talked to him a lot. He, like he said, you know, my kid's in college. Like, this is my way to pay for college. Like, you know, does he really want to meet any of these people? Probably fucking not. Right. But it's whatever.
He made the most
He's
of it,
cool.
Right?
Like he was bullshitting whatever, but he was happy. You know, like.
Right.
Everybody likes to have their ego stroked. I mean, you're in fucking cool movies. People will come, they're gonna pay you $20 to sign a fucking picture of you. Like, how bad could your life be if you have people coming through all day to say hello and fucking whatever, you know?
Yeah. I mean,
but you see people there too, like, I'll name them, like Marky Ramone, just fucking, I was in the Ramones, it's $20 for a picture, you know. He couldn't care less. Like, hey man, you know, I auditioned for your band, but Andrew WK made it. I think that would have been a better show. Yeah, that's good, you know. Like, yeah, fuck you too, pal.
Yeah, really.
My friend fucking was like his roadie, right? Mm-hmm. He rolled the fucking joints for Marky Ramone. Like every night, he goes, I would fucking roll Marky Ramone 2 joints. He's like, I make sure he was cool, whatever he needed. He goes, like 3 months later, he goes, I fucking saw him at Chiller Theater, and everyone was like, oh, you should go up and say hi to Marky. You know, you were on tour with him for like a month. Like, he's got it. You know, you're a memorable guy. You know, my friend's like a pretty fucking affable dude. Like, you meet him a couple times, you know, oh yeah, I met him. I know him. Fucking Marky Ramone didn't. Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, thanks for coming by. Like, fucking what an asshole, right?
I get the impression that Marky Ramone's not fully there.
You know what? When I auditioned with him, I have the entire audition recording where he's telling me to buy gold and not tell my wife.
He's telling you to what?
He's telling like, yeah, you gotta buy gold and don't ever tell your wife you invest. And I told Jerry, the kids just don't care anymore, Jerry. I can't do this. Like I got Marky Ramone saying the craziest shit ever in our. But I was like, it's one of those things I wasn't supposed to record it, and I'm never supposed to mention it.
I'm sure he watches.
No, he don't watch, and I don't really care. But yeah, exactly.
Save it for a rainy day.
But back to Comic-Con.
Anyway.
So here you are with Sailor Moon, and who is this fellow with?
No.
Sailor Moon.
It's not Sailor Moon.
What?
So that's my friend Joe and his girlfriend Bianca. They are dressed up as characters from an anime called My Hero Academia.
All right,
that's in the uniform. Yeah.
So when you have white on the eyes, how do you see through that?
Yeah, what is that?
So I got like a mask from Etsy or whatever, and then I got metal like window screen.
Oh,
right.
Spray
and
paint.
from far away, I spray painted it the one side white, and then I cut it, and I hot glued it to the inside of the mask, and then I put foam on the inside over it.
Does your dad help you?
No.
So you can see.
He always helped us. No, that's the only reason I asked. Because he was always cool with us.
2013 was the first time I made that mask, and I went there, and everyone complimented it. No one was doing that. Everybody that does a Robin or a Batman or anything like that, they always put the black makeup on and just put the mask over it.
Like
but I wanted it to be the comic book.
That looks like the comic book, right?
I wanted it to be like the comic book where it's the white eyes, and you can see through it. And
that's brilliant.
No one was doing it, and then the next year and the years since, everyone's fucking doing it.
When I was shooting the Inquisitor thing that we showed in the beginning, the Dr. Zom character has white eyes, but when I gave Glenn Lopez, the actor, the mask, we had to take some of the wax. I just put wax paper over it, and then he couldn't see, and then so I have a little bit moved it a little bit over so my eyes are there, and I focused the camera in a way where you just see the white. But that's better.
Yeah, I can completely see through that. If the light's hitting it, it's blinding because it's just metal reflecting. But
that's enough to walk around, right?
Yeah. I could walk around all day with that on. I could see
enough to take direction.
Holy shit, that Green Goblin is fantastic.
That's Green Goblin, huh? Holy fuck! I was wondering what the hell that. I thought that was just like World of Warcraft or something.
No, that's Green Goblin. He's awesome. That was an awesome costume.
Oh yeah.
That's Spider-Man's pretty.
Holy shit!
Yeah, that was one of my favorite cosplays of the day.
Did the mouth move and shit too, or it was?
I wasn't around long enough. I was on my way to do something.
Fuck!
But
that guy was fucking unbelievable.
And look at the jacket and everything. It's so great.
It was like
that's the best way to do that costume.
I looked at it and I was like, that looks like he took that straight from the movie set.
Right?
The quality of that costume was incredible.
Holy shit! Yeah, where's he seeing from? Probably right there. I don't know.
No one rocks a yellow jumpsuit like April O'Neil.
We saw that one. What's this one?
Oh,
it's
Little Mac.
Little Mac.
Yep. Everyone loves my Little Mac. There's never a better. Not to toot my own horn, but like the people who do Little Mac just phone it the fuck in. They put on a green pair of shorts and find some gloves that don't even match to the right color green.
Do you make those gloves? Or
no, I found those gloves online, but I found all the other pieces. And
that's real boxing gloves. It was $100, right?
No,
you need a fat black guy on a bicycle that you follow around.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I need my Doc Lewis.
Let's see if I can find a guy for you.
I mean, my Doc. I need my Doc.
Yeah.
That's awesome too. All the people are just.
So there was
that's a brilliant costume, dude. That's funny. I love the obscurity of it.
That Deadpool was walking around the whole show with the Infinity Gauntlet,
and the Stark one, right?
And, just flipping everybody off the whole time with like a boombox playing.
Nice.
And I'm doing this. There's an Iron Man to the behind Captain America there, but Instagram won't let me put a full picture in there for some stupid reason. So I'm posing with them, right? And this fucking Deadpool just comes up and just photobombs the picture and just stands there the whole time. So you'll see the next picture, or that picture, yeah. I decided I was gonna just punch him too.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. I love it. It's like everybody's like just chill and like having a good time. That's fucking
it's
so
like
cool.
getting into the
Right?
spirit of that. I love it.
That's
a sick fucking
incredible.
right?
There were two really
That's
good
that guy's
Kingpins.
real clothes.
Yeah, right?
Right, yeah, that's
That was a really good Kingpin.
it's a Sunday finest. Where there's also a lot of awful.
That Joker was awesome. He had the voice, he had the laugh, it was awesome.
Wow.
That's a sick Joker, man. Holy shit, that's awesome. Javits. God damn. Oh, Desert Batman with a gun.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That was good quality too.
Why does Batman use a gun?
Yeah, really.
That
was like a dream sequence.
I know, but is that because just all is lost and he's finally just broken?
He has to use any means necessary. Sometimes means a gun.
Yeah.
He avoids the gun as much as possible. There was an animated short where he contemplated a magic bullet.
It's Red Robin.
Yeah, that's fucking cool.
So Red Robin is Tim Drake, correct? Okay.
Holy fuck!
Right?
Yeah.
Who is that?
That's Eric Killmonger from Black Panther.
Right.
Wow. But if you go up to it, you can see all the dots that he had, like all the stars.
He actually recreated.
He got split peas and painted them and put them all on his chest and kept them there all day.
That's brilliant.
Holy shit!
That is fucking brilliant.
You know, it's funny, Killmonger never actually got defeated by Black Panther. Black Panther always loses to him. He gets lucky and somebody else bails him out. But
What else we got? Oops.
he's got a heart. What was that thing?
Oh, no, we got.
What's with that unicorn?
Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Did a good job.
Excellent.
That's
Holy
that.
fuck,
Toxic Avenger?
That's that Green Goblin. That's
Green
that Green
Goblin.
Goblin.
Holy
I
shit!
don't know.
I saw him the
Green
next
Goblin
day.
needs to have
That was the last day. I don't know. That was incredible. That Green Goblin.
That's fucking. That's unbelievable.
The prosthetics were like perfect. He was talking and stuff too.
Hybrid with
Wow.
Hobgoblin.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does kind of remind me of Hobgoblin too.
Like the uniform, but it's.
Oh, that's sick.
That was a really.
That
was
looks
the
like real
best
leather.
Daredevil. They were like. It was like we were leaving and they were. I didn't see them all weekend and I saw them, and the guy had his mask off, and they were like, you could tell they were getting ready to leave, and I'm like, guys, I didn't see you. I need a picture of you. That Daredevil is perfect. The quality of the costume was really good.
Oh yeah, there's that guy. He likes your. He posted. Hey.
Yeah. Somebody else saw that and knew the people, so they tagged
Oh,
that.
that's awesome. Oh shit.
That's from Avatar.
Oh.
Awesome.
The other Avatar.
Last Airbender.
Oh, that's
That
fucking
Bishop.
great.
That Bishop
Holy
was
shit.
awesome. I saw him on Saturday eating lunch, and I didn't want to bother him.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I hope I see him. I need a picture of him. And I saw him Sunday. I was like, Bishop, I need a picture. I saw you yesterday eating. He's like, oh, thank you. You know, like normal people just ask me to stand up while I'm
Ransom,
eating.
yeah. Oh, that's
He's
fucking.
a little skinny for Bishop, but wow, what a great costume.
Great
Yeah, that was-
What a great
Are you
costume.
skinny shaming?
I am skinny shaming.
All
My
right,
new
so
thing.
does anybody watch WWE?
Skinny.
24/7.
Eat a sandwich. Eat
There's
a
a
vegetable.
24/7. So there's a guy with a 24/7 belt. I'm like, I need pictures with that belt. So he let me take pictures of the belt, but he had a guy that was dressed as a WWE ref with him. So if you go to, that's me holding it, and that's me raising it up. Love that picture. And then this guy's raising my hand. Everyone's like at this point surrounding us taking fucking pictures. And then the
most
guy,
people know who you are.
throws himself on the ground, and I put my foot on him, and I do my victory pose.
Nice. How often do people ask you who you're supposed to be? Is it
Everyone knows you're.
People know who I am, but a lot of people called me Glass Joe, which is a fucking character that Little Mac fights.
Yeah.
They call me Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
They call me fucking Glass Joe.
Let's go.
Oh, look, it's Mike Tyson's Punch Out. Like, no, it's the game, but it's close.
Make yourself available for the 9th.
Yeah, you should do Little Mac on the
On
night.
this little map, what I want to do is have champions at each game, and then when people play them, if they win, they get a card to turn in for a prize. Kind of a little promotion thing.
I like it.
And
Can you do Little Mac on
if you do Little Mac, there's a punch out machine there. You can play. Can you play the stand-up punch out, or are you only good at the Nintendo one?
I could probably play it. I don't know
It's
about gloves on.
you know, it's just you can't do it with your gloves on. Just
No,
put the
just
gloves around
come
your
as
neck.
Little Mac.
But come as Little Matt.
Yeah, come as Little
Dude,
Matt.
oh my god, Billy will fucking love it.
That's-
We're having a cosplay costume anyway.
I have the pink sweatshop. I have the pink sweatsuit too.
Do you?
Yeah, the Little Mac pink sweatsuit that he trains in.
I wish I was black so I could ride on a bike in front of you.
Oh my god, we gotta find you a dude. We gotta find you a dude. You could probably hire a dude.
I need Paul. I need Huel from
from Breaking Bad. My favorite character on Breaking Bad. I hope he's back in the new.
Can you click on the Unicron thing?
The Unicron thing?
Yeah, that's a.
Is that a Lego thing?
No, that's a Hasbro Labs. So Hasbro Pulse is doing this Hasbro Labs thing. It's like a big project that people fund to get it created.
Oh, Hasbro asking for money for them to make toys. They did that with the skiff, right? They did the sail barge, right?
Yeah.
So now they're doing this.
So if you go
a lot of the collectors are.
It's like a Kickstarter.
No, but that thing looks like it's about a foot wide. Like
no, that thing's like this tall, this big.
Yeah,
the next picture is it.
There's a lot of
transformed into the planet.
Holy shit!
That's pretty cool.
Do you guys remember who played the voice of that character in the movie?
No.
Orson Welles.
Very good.
Really? I celebrate.
We gotta have an episode where we do movie trivia with you, especially horror movie trivia.
I tried to watch Transformers last night with like Anthony Hopkins and.
How was it? Was that
you know? I was super into it, and my girlfriend was like, "Oh, we're gonna watch this now." So then I turned it off, but it seemed pretty cool. I don't know, like. It seemed like it was the coolest of the Transformers movies.
Is that the one where Optimus is riding Grimlock, right?
Optimus is like fucking bad in it. Like he gets like possessed and has to go fight Earth or something, and then I turned it off. But it looked cool. I don't know. Marky Mark had an amulet that like was like a transformer that would come alive and do shit. And there's dinosaurs in it.
I'm like two or three of those movies behind. Not because I didn't like them, but just I never watched them.
I don't think I watched.
Yeah, I didn't care.
I don't think I've watched one since the second one, probably. Like, but I love those like movies. I'll watch them if they're on. I'll fucking watch any Transformers movie. I don't care. Giant robots talking and blowing shit up.
To me, it's like Pacific Rim. It's like something you can always have on in the background, but is it something that I'm gonna like?
Well, Pacific Rim was, I thought, great though.
I haven't seen the second one.
I didn't care for Pacific
I saw it like
Rim.
so many times. Like now, it's just kind of like I'll throw it on in the background or something, but I'm not gonna like sit down and watch it anymore. Like, but I like those movies.
I respect it. Who's your? Should we do the asshole of the week? Is it time?
The hero of the week for me was the shuttle bus guy. When I was late on Tuesday, I didn't make it to the shuttle bus thing. I got out there late, and he stopped in the middle of traffic and turned the flashers on so I could catch the shuttle to the train.
Because you were running like Jack the Ripper at him.
I just came out like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking miss this shit. And I'm gonna have to Uber. And he was like, blink, blink, blink. I'm like, fuck yeah.
He recognized
That's
you.
respect. Yeah, he was like, I know my man. I was like, damn.
Same guy every day, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
So
Just throw him
awesome.
a couple bucks at some point.
Probably Christmas time or something.
Yeah, you know what? You should give him a gun.
A gun.
I thought you were gonna say like a gift card to Dunkin' Donuts. I didn't see the gun.
Yo, here, take this. It's a piece.
You want to know what advice Jim would give you? Just fuck him in the mouth.
Fuck him in the mouth.
That's what Jim is hoping he'll do when he gives you that advice.
Why do I talk? It always leads to bad. Hey,
All roads lead to gay with you.
I guess.
All roads lead to cock.
I like that your inner fat girl is coming out and like thin shaming people. You're just
Yeah,
like assaulting
Just like Santa Claus, he loves.
I have a lot of assholes of the week, so I'll sum up. First off, if you noticed the post I sent a picture of a slave Leia. I know she's a big girl, but I think she's adorable.
So
and
beautiful.
Cute. And there was a guy trying to fat shame her on a Star Wars group on Facebook. So now I skinny shame. So any of you skinny bitches who need a sandwich, I'm gonna tell you, you need a fucking sandwich. But so I guess I'm the asshole of the week. But the true asshole of the last 3 weeks is a man by the name of Sean Hannity. And I'll tell you why. Because he's doubling down on all this fucking bullshit conspiracy stuff to distract us when the president himself admitted to the crime. The quid pro quo thing is bullshit.
He took the stunner!
You know he's going to jail. And here's the thing. So Hannity's still selling you this line of crap. Where's my camera?
Unfortunately,
Line
he's
of
not
crap.
going to jail.
But the thing is, he's behind the scenes telling his Fox people, like, oh, this is bad. This is bad. It's a conspiracy. Bullshit. So anytime Sean Hannity opens his mouth, just imagine shit coming out of it. Do you ever see the stuff where the dude from SNL's head explodes? Garrett Morris, the stuff. Oh my god, what a great movie. 83, I think. Yeah, you weren't even far.
Remember that movie with Michael Moriarty?
Oh my god, you can close out the. Wow.
Yeah, I know the good references. You can't fucking stump me.
I can't stump you? I tried. I thought I was going to stump you on the Less Than Zero soundtrack with the Glenn Danzig song.
Less Than Zero!
Yeah, I was like, I think I'm going to stump him about it. He should know about this. He probably knows about it, but he...
Glenn Danzig and the Power and Fury Orchestra.
Oh, sure. Yeah, he had it covered. Anyway, so Hannity, all the pundits, Tucker, all of them, they know the sky is falling, but they're still selling you a line of shit. And I love to watch them squirm, because once Trump goes to jail for treason for trying to start a civil war, Hannity's gonna like try to distance himself, and I'm just gonna laugh. His career will be over. Probably. He will be known as a second-rate Joseph Goebbels, third-rate fucking used car salesman. Ooh. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Why don't you buy this minivan?
He's gonna be right there with Bill O'Reilly, because where the fuck has he been?
Yeah.
No one thinks about him anymore.
He shows up on Hannity's show as a guest, but I'm not supposed to be listening to that show. It boils up the blood. You got an asshole of the week, my friend?
Yes. So people at Comic-Con that just stop short.
Oh.
There was like you're just walking, you're like looking around, and all of a sudden you just knock into somebody.
It is a very visually distracting place to be, or if you're
like,
looking
I
for somebody
understand
frantically.
pull over. If I want to see something, I'll like kind of pull into the crowd, or I'll like pull. Just stop short. And the person that did this to me the worst was somebody in a wheelchair. Not like a wheelchair, but one of the motorized ones.
Yeah.
So like I'm walking behind somebody, and they stop, and I almost like flip over their wheelchair. Like, what the fuck?
Are you like watching Professor X?
No, there's only
It's
one
cold.
Professor X there. I get very upset when I see somebody in a wheelchair at Comic-Con that's not Professor X. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, they should all be Professor X.
Yeah. Like, who else can you be?
They should change the sign on the bathroom to have like energy coming out of the head that's in the wheelchair, like
Alright, I'm gonna be a dick about this. So everyone that's in a wheelchair should be Professor X. So does that mean every black guy has to be Winston?
No, they have to be Blade.
No, because what
if they're doing Ghostbusters, do they have to be Winston because they're black?
I would like to see a crippled Harold Ramis.
What other wheelchair characters are there?
Well played.
Comic book wheelchair characters. There's Glass from M. Night Shyamalan.
There's Bruce Wayne in fucking Batman Begins, or Batman, not Batman Begins, Batman Beyond. Yeah.
He's not in a wheelchair. He's got a cane.
He's got a cane, yeah.
Oh. Well, in the third Christopher Nolan movie, he was in a wheelchair for a little bit.
Yeah, if you want to stretch.
And he stands up and puts on his little.
Trying to stick up for you, damn it.
No, but the whole point of cosplay
Wheelchair
is,
character,
the whole point of cosplay is to dress as who you want to be. Right?
I don't think every person.
I'm not saying everybody in a wheelchair should be.
I was just busting.
They should just not stop short. Fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them.
I just get upset when I see someone that's in a wheelchair that isn't Professor X.
Can you imagine a tricked out
Because-
Professor X wheelchair that looks like the cartoon, that golden thing?
Yeah, that's what I'm
flying
thinking.
around?
Like, if somebody just went all out with their wheelchair and made that whole fucking thing from the TV show, the animated show, they would win.
I could think
That's
of
what I
a
figured.
good superhero person that was in a wheelchair. Christopher Reeve.
Wow.
There's
He was in a bed.
So there's
We get highbrow, and then Paul's like, fuck this.
So there's Dragon Ball Z. There's a group of people called Team 4-Star, and they do like a parody version of it. It's called Abridged. So the deal is they'll keep the story intact, but they make it a comedy. It's absolutely hilarious. So there's one scene where one of the characters turns into like a giant ape. He's fighting one of the main characters, and he's got the main character on the ground. He's like stomping on him, right? He's got a foot on him. He's like, "Hey Goku, what's the opposite of Christopher Walken?" And he's like, "What?" And he goes, "Christopher Reeves!" And he like crushes his spine. And he goes, that's a terrible taste.
Jesus.
You know what? You gotta laugh. I'll tell you the worst joke I ever heard somebody tell a stadium full of people is Otto and George, where he made a joke about, he's like, I was hanging out with Oprah and I told her to take her clothes off and lay over there. And I said, nah, that doesn't look right. Why don't you lay over there? So she laid over there. And he goes, nah, that doesn't look right. Why don't you lay over there? So finally she goes, why do you have me laying around your apartment naked? And he goes, I'm buying a brown couch and I'm trying to figure out where to put it.
Jesus Christ.
It was like the most fucking offensive, fucked up joke I've ever heard. But it was like, god damn, that is fucking brilliant comedy writing.
There's a difference between comedy and like actually derogatory, you know, like
absolutely,
it's a fine line.
Yeah, but like,
it's a fine line.
Well, you're doing it to hurt someone's feelings.
I think some people toe it and some people cross it. Like Opie Anthony notoriously cross.
You pick out a person, you're not doing comedy. But if you pick out as a whole,
no, but if you pick out a famous person and you're doing comedy, it's like a point of reference. You know. He didn't say, "Oh, I had a fat black lady." He said, "Oh, I had Oprah."
Yeah.
You know, that's the joke. It's like you're imagining Oprah laying naked here.
Right, because she's point of reference.
She's fucking Oprah. It's it's not just any random person. That would make it to be a racist joke. What makes it an Oprah joke is that it's Oprah.
Yeah, and like the Christopher Walken, Christopher Reeves joke is not like making fun of crippled people. It's saying Christopher Walken walks. The opposite, the polar opposite. Christopher Reeves is in a wheelchair.
It's absolutely a bad taste joke.
It's a horrible
fucking great wordplay.
But when you're not expecting it and it just boom hits
and then,
you.
Yeah, a Dragon Ball Z skit.
Yeah, you're just like, what just happened?
I like that. On that note, I think my hero of the week is those Dragon Ball Z guys at the Comic-Con telling jokes in poor taste. And the social justice warriors are not in full effect to destroy them because it's all good.
Wow.
I think on that note,
dark place there.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. I think that's great. Listen, any joke is fucking. If it's a joke, it's not meant to hurt anyone's
It's a joke.
feelings.
People need to calm down.
Exactly. Like telling jokes.
Unless it's like a joke that's meant to be part of a larger scheme to take someone's self-esteem and just pick at them and pick at them.
That's not a joke, then. That's
an inside joke.
It's not. It's not like, oh, fat people are the worst. You should feel ashamed of yourselves. Ha ha ha. Like that's.
Yeah, it's like a fat guy sat on my couch and then it broke. But don't. Right.
Like
it happens. I mean, it didn't.
But like,
I didn't break
Weird Al Yankovic with his fat song, you know.
Oh, that was great.
You know, like
when you're in line for seconds, I'm in line for 23rd.
Yeah.
When I go when I can get my shoe shine,
I gotta take their word.
Yeah, I think Weird Al.
I've got more chins than Chinatown. Like it's making fun of fat people and
Asians. Yeah.
But it's not like
that song's
not being a Jewish.
old too.
Yeah, that was allowed racism.
Yeah.
Fat shaming. It was encouraged. What does Weird Al sing about now?
I just thought it was dumb and sophomoric that these guys were like, hey, look at this fat chick, it's Princess Leia.
Well, it's like, that's lame because it doesn't affect their life in any way.
Exactly.
It's like just trolling on the internet for stupid shit.
If you only are allowed to cosplay as your body type, that defeats the purpose of cosplay.
Absolutely.
So cosplay is your favorite character. You want to be them, no matter what your body type is. Fucking be them.
Yeah.
You know, like there are certain characters that I can't be. Like one of my favorite superheroes is Static Shock, but you know, like because of certain staples, I am not allowed to do it. I can't do that. But I'm never gonna even try.
You could dress in the Static Shock costume.
Right.
But I wouldn't recommend getting some fucking shoe polish.
No. See, like
you're working out for a senator recently.
Hello there, Osby Static Shock. Like, no, I'm gonna do that. Osby Shock.
On that note, good night, everybody.
But like, just if you want to cosplay something, be yourself. And when I saw Endgame, right, and I saw Fat Thor in Endgame, I was like, this is awesome because this gives a lot of people who probably felt like they can't cosplay anybody a perfect costume to cosplay. You know, just show your fat belly. We had to put a fake beard on. You know, get fingerless
That's
gloves.
why I like the Wolverine
And
movie
boom.
with the blob.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. That's not.
I don't think I've ever seen
Fucking
anybody
asshole.
do the blob. I don't think anybody's fat enough to do the blob.
Yeah, really.
Like that's a costume that a skinny person can't
I'll
do.
tell you.
That's the
I want
point
to
of
close
the
up the
blob.
show on a positive note. Before you came here, me and Jim were figuring out what cosplays you should do because you're our vicarious cosplay hero.
Yeah.
And we think you should do Snake Plissken from Escape from New York.
Nice.
The 5 o'clock shadow.
Hey, guess what?
And next year, I
I've
want to
never
go
seen
with
that
you
movie.
doing
Dude,
that.
you gotta watch that movie.
That movie's great.
I want to go to Comic Con, even if it's just. Can you get just a 1 day pass for one
Yeah,
day?
you can get. Yeah, they stopped doing 3 days. You can do 4 days or singular days.
Okay.
But,
I want to go, or at least meet you there, and I want to just shoot. I want to shoot it out and about.
Yeah.
And
No,
then
I mean,
if I have you there, you're the big wheel of Comic Con. You're like the mayor of Comic Con.
I'm not.
You're
But
like
I've
the
been.
fucking mayor with
I'm
me.
not, but
It's
I've been
great.
going every year since 2011. So.
No, I mean,
For
but you
a
know
while now.
people.
Do you know what Comic Con we were at when we did the Artie movie? I know
Were you at a Comic Con or
It
were
was
you
a
just at a
Comic-Con.
convention?
I think it was fucking either the first Big Apple Con. It was a comic book convention.
Where was it?
I don't know.
Was it at the Jacobs Javits Center?
It wasn't at the Javits Center, but I
Then,
don't
then
think it
was it
always
New York
was.
Comic Con?
Maybe it was Big Apple Con.
Probably was.
I don't know, but it was.
I don't think it was
fucking,
the main Comic Con.
It was.
I don't think it was,
the
licensed.
first of its whatever it was. That's what I remember. It was like, yeah, they never did it before. But I don't know if it was the first New York Comic Con or the Big Apple Con. Like, I don't remember when that was. I gotta talk to Alan or talk to one of them and figure it out. It's like, were we at something that was like the Big Bang of fucking Comic Cons? Like,
Oh, like at its infancy.
yeah, like in its infancy. Like, we were like right inside the door of it too.
Apparently,
We had, like,
Comic Cons have been going on since like the early '60s. And it used to just be a bunch of like artists or
yeah,
writers
they
in
would
a
just
room.
go into
and
like a comic book shop.
It started in San Diego though, so that's like the mecca of all Comic Cons. If you
Well, the official Comic Con, but the
Yeah.
convention started out in New York.
Well, yeah.
It was New York City, where the whole Bill Finger controversy happened, where this guy who basically came up with the design of Batman and Bob Crane took all the credit for it, and Bill Finger got fucked. And
finger fucked.
Yeah, he totally got finger fucked. Anyway, they were at this convention. Somebody took audio of it, and Kane actually admitted that Bill Finger came up with the design. And it took 50 years for his family to even get to see Dime One.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Anyway.
Well, on that positive.
Yeah. I love that I had the show on a shitty note.
We'll
What's
end
wrong
this
with it?
show on a positive.
Well, I'll
note.
leave it on a natural positive note. Everyone should go to a Comic Con at least once, and if you're gonna go, dress up at least once. I think anybody should cosplay your favorite character, no matter how bad the quality is, or just have fun with it, and do whatever you want. But it's so much fun. The community is awesome, and I highly suggest it if you can get the tickets.
Next year I'm going as Christopher Reeve.
And I'm going as Christopher Walken. We'll be a walking joke. He'll be rolling. On that note, see ya later.
Bye, everybody.
We hope you enjoyed our presentation of Cult of Contempt podcast. If you have any questions or comments, or want to hear your band on the show, just write us at cultofcontemptpodcast@gmail.com. If you'd like to see back episodes of the show, youtube.com/Plan10 Studios, cultofcontempt.org, or right here on Facebook, Cult of Contempt Network. Even check us out on Instagram at Cult of Contempt Podcast. You want to reach Paul? It's at Paul Mauld on Twitter and Instagram, and Paul of the Living Dead on Facebook.com. Phil Perry, the writer, on Instagram, and his Facebook fan page at Phil Perry, the writer. I'm Jim Cook at Jim Cook on Facebook, or Jim Cook Voice Actor on Facebook. You want to get a hold of me directly, jcookvoice@yahoo.com. On behalf of Paul and Phil, I want to thank you for listening. We'll see you next week at 8:15. I'm Jim Cook. Transmission out. Stand by for contact. We hope you enjoyed our presentation of Cult of Contempt podcast.